right, coming up next, we get to this middleweight bout between Uriah Primetime Hall and Chris Weidman. All right, so here he is, one of the more prolific takedown artists in the UFC at present. And when you get some praise from Daniel Cormier when it comes to your offensive takedown game, you know you're doing something right.
And we talk about wrestlers and judo players and grapplers, but this guy just combines all of that. He is able to use foot sweeps from the grappling game. He is able to use throws from judo, and he's able to use wrestling from the wrestling game to take people down. He has an array of takedowns at his disposal, and he uses every single one of them. From the speed of the level change, to the timing, to the knowledge of where to go next. When the guy starts to defend, he's truly, truly something special.
I don't think he can take you down, but tonight he doesn't have to. So in this matchup, prevailing wisdom is he'll be able to get this fight to the canvas. Well, pretty much every time out in the UFC, DC, this man has put on a striking clinic, and that is his methodology coming in here tonight. He'll try to keep the fight on the floor.
And that's why we tune in, right? That's why we tune in. We tune in to see guys that are dynamic. We tune in for the speed. We tune in for the knowledge of the striking game, the ability to set traps, the ability to find the jab, the ability to find the right hand, the right kick, the left kick, the knees, the elbows. He truly uses every weapon that he has in his arsenal to try and finish his opponents. You make one mistake, night's over. You cannot make mistakes against a guy that has the striking acumen of this guy right here.
And the jab is not as underutilized a weapon as it was in MMA, say 5 or 7 years ago, but he's got as good a jab as anyone in the business, and that is where all of his striking flows off of. We'll see how it goes for him in this matchup tonight. Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. Both fighters identical in age. Hall will have a 1-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the particulars, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Mergliata. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, it's time! 5 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a wrestler holding a professional record of 15 wins, 5 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Baldwin, New York. Presenting the former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Chris Weidman! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a karate fighter, holding a professional record of 17 wins, 9 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Queens, New York, Uriah Hall!
All right, commit to the rules in the locker room. I want you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. I want a nice, clean, safe fight. Touch gloves, back your corners to my fight.
You ready?
All right, here we go with round 1. You are paid to tell us what you think is going to happen as an analyst. We have a striker, we have a grappler. Doesn't always play out that way, but what are you expecting to see in this one?
I'm expecting the grappler to try and go and make contact with his opponent. If he can make contact, he can drag this fight to the mat. I expect the striker to try and maintain range with his jab, with his kicks, to make this a stand-up affair. Look at the whip action that comes from him throwing that kick. Right hand punches the clinch.
And they separate. Missed with that right hand. All right, he engages in a single collar tie here.
Nice punch lands over the top.
And both guys really throwing with authority. All right, so again, the fighters clinch here. Kind of had an inkling we'd find ourselves back in this situation.
Absolutely. Both of these fighters love fighting chest to chest. The uglier the fight, the better.
Oh, and he got tagged by that combination. His coach said on Thursday to us,
He didn't like that left hand.
He's got hurt here. Over 20 total strikes have landed for Uriah Hall. Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense?
Over and over, he's landing these big body kicks.
Hall gets caught with that punch. He's
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
back to the feet.
Oh, he got him hurt bad.
And he comes through with a big knee.
An uppercut later. Now we're just going to end the fight.
Circling towards the left now. Seconds now to go in the fight.
He loaded up on that right hand, too.
Oh, and another leg kick lands flush, and now you're starting to see visible damage on that lead leg of his opponent.
Visible damage, and you see him starting to make mistakes now in his defenses because his leg is so beat up. It's red, it's all beat up, he's limping, he's turning away. There are so many things that he is doing wrong now because of the leg damage he has taken.
5 minutes in the books. All right, so let us now check out some of the action in that round, DC. There was a whole lot of it, including a stunner upstairs that nearly closed the show.
It was a lot of action. It was back and forth action, but the big moment was that big strike to the head that landed, that put him on wobbly legs, and in survival mode, luckily he made it to the end of that round.
That was beautiful. I don't know how he survived that knockdown. You're going to go out there and you're going to knock him down again and close the deal.
All right, second round now. Uriah Hall.
You ready?
And that man, Chris
Let's
Weidman.
go, fight.
Nice kick landed there by Hall. He shows the fight thus far. How's his opponent still
I
standing?
mean, I have no idea. This fight is supposed to be over. And it might not be over now, but it's going to be over very soon.
All right, so he's landed some good shots. You hate to be overly critical, but nothing really in terms of combinations tonight.
Well, the jab has been looking great. How about jab, jab, right hand? Because eventually you're going to have to put something on your opponent that's going to really make him pause. I believe the jab has been working so well, if he drops a big right hand after it, he may be able to finish his fight.
So as we call on the numbers here, 47 total strikes have now landed for Uriah Primetime Hall. And connecting with 52% accuracy against. All right, so now we are on the ground. Now he is in his wheelhouse. We'll see if he can get one of his submissions to pop here tonight. Now he's able to isolate that left arm.
Look for him to step over.
And this might just be a matter of time. Grappling work.
I mean, he had to tap. If he did not tap, this man is not opposed to snapping his arm.
Right.
Sometimes it's better to live to fight another day, but hats off to this fighter on a great submission victory.
All right, so a wild round and a wild sequence there on the ground, DC. Talk us through the highlight.
He's such a phenomenal grappler. I don't understand how people don't know that this guy wants to submit you. He is the best grappler, best submission specialist we've seen in a long time.
So there he is, your winner by submission. That could hold up as one of the better subs of the year. Near perfect execution tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 8 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by tap out due to an armbar, Chris Weidman.
Well, the celebration is on in his corner, and hard to blame these guys, sort of waiting to exhale, get a huge win tonight, and not just the win, but they get it by submission.
They knew what they had in front of them. They knew how tough a competitor his opponent was, but they also knew that if they could get this fight to the ground, they could find a submission. They found a submission. He got his hand raised in the way that he loves the most.
You heard of these lads submit, that we made a grip, never go to the counter like a